there, MiniWarGamers, and welcome to another Sanctioned Batrep. I'm here today with Logan, and you've actually been doing the rounds at this point. You've gotten quite a few games in, so it's kind of cool. It's always neat when guests come in for multiple days worth of filming.
Been fun.
Well, you've kind of been a neat presence around the office as well. You've picked up on the dynamic, and you're dishing it out as much as you're taking it, which is really good. Not that we're all mean-spirited people, but
except for Steve.
Except for Steve. There you go, Steve. Anyway, we're going to be running a 1,500 point game today. He's going to be running your Tau.
Yep.
And I'm going to be taking out my Grey Knights, which I don't get to do very much these days because of Apophis. So let's go take a look at the board and the table. And of course, you can always challenge us as well. Go to miniwargaming.com/challenge. You're going to get all our contact information, basically what you need to know in order to get in contact with us and schedule a game. We love seeing you guys come in. We always get to see brand new armies. We get to see new people, meet new people, and it's just a lot of fun. So definitely shoot us an email. We'd love to have you come by. So here we have Logan's Tau. So why don't you quickly go over what we have here?
All right, so we have 3 different detachments, I guess. We have the primary detachment of a Devilfish with 11 Fire Warriors. Also included there is 3 separate Piranhas. They have 2 Fusion Blasters and 1 with a Burst Cannon, and they all have Disruption Pods.
Okay.
Also included in this formation is the leader Angor Proc with 13 Kroot with Sniper Rifles.
Okay.
We have 2 Hammerheads, 1 with an Ion Accelerator, 1 with the Railgun, and this one also has Long Strike in it.
Okay.
Both have Disruption Pods. Then we have the Farsight formation, led by an Ethereal, and it has a Riptide in it, with the Heavy Burst Cannon, Twin-Linked Plasma Rifle, Feel No Pain, and the Earthcast Piloting Array.
Okay.
Then I have to take a squad of Crisis Suits with that.
Yep.
So they all these two have a Plasma Rifle and a Flamer, and this guy has a Twin-Linked Fusion Blaster.
Okay.
And the Stealth Suits, they're part of the regular Tau army, just have 1 Fusion Blaster, and that's it.
2 Burst Cannons.
Yep.
Okay.
And then finally, there's an Inquisitorial detachment, 4 Psychers, 1 Ordo Xenos Inquisitor with a Conversion Beamer, and he is my Warlord, and he rolled and got Destroyer of Worlds.
Alright, sounds fun. And here's my 1,500 points of Grey Knights. So this is the Nemesis Strike Force. It's going to be led by I thought about doing my stand-in for Crow right now because I'm repainting him. But it's going to be led by my Mastery Level 3 Librarian right there. He does have the Curse of Sacrifice, and obviously Mastery Level 3. He's got the Halberd and he's got the Stormbolter there. The Brotherhood Champion looking model over here is my stand-in for Castellan Crow until I can get the new one painted up. Or my new one painted up. I have 10 Purifiers right here. Everything what you see is what you get. Same deal with the Terminators right over here. In the back, I have a Dread Knight with the Heavy Incinerator, Heavy Side Cannon, Personal Teleporter, and the Great Sword. And then I have a Land Raider Crusader. Now, unfortunately, it fell off, but I did buy the Multi-Melta upgrade for that as well. So that is my 1,500 points. So the mission we're playing is Deadlocked, so we're each going to be pulling 6 objectives at the start. And as you can see, I've deployed my Land Raider with the combat squatted Purifiers in there, and the Dread Knight right there. And across the table, we have the Kroot infiltrating up there. We have Crisis Suits, we have the Riptide, Piranhas, your Hammerheads, your all of a sudden I can't remember, Devilfish, that's it. And the Inquisitor squad right there. And then 1 more infiltrating unit of stealth suits right there. So, you do have the option of infiltrate, or...
I will.
Wow, I can't talk today. Seize the initiative. Would you like to try and seize?
I will be doing that.
Alright.
Here we go.
Oh,
boom.
No.
Alright.
Alright, so let's go into Tau, turn 1. So at the start of his turn, we're going to see 6 objectives pull up. We have Assassinate, Objective 2, Objective 3, Objective 5, Hold the Line. Oh, that's an easy one for you this turn. And Recon. So I guess we're going to be checking out some mysterious objectives.
Alright.
So before we even get going, let's find out what these mysterious objectives are. So number 4 is going to be a 2.
Nothing of note.
Nothing of note. And then over here we have objective number 2. And that's going to be Gravwave Generator. Make it harder to charge that one.
Sounds good.
And over here, objective number 1. That's going to be 4. That is the whatever the one that allows you rerolls to hit a 1 on shooting.
Yep.
And then we have objective number 6, which is going to be sabotaged. So that one's going to potentially explode on us. At the start of the movement phase, this hammerhead's just going to move up, and I think he wants to get line of sight on that land raider over there.
I'm just going to be moving about 5 inches.
Makes sense to me. Piranha's just going to whip across the table, or board anyway, and get close to objective number 5. Next Piranha, moving forward, going to get close to objective number 3 there. That will be a dangerous terrain check, and you're fine. And that is enough to take that objective, so let's see what it is. 5, so that is a scatter field. So that's going to improve your cover save. And this last Piranha, just going to whip around the corner here, and just get a little bit closer. Crew going to move through difficult terrain on the building here. 6 inches.
So they're all just going to...
So just moving a little bit closer here.
Jump down. Yeah.
And the crisis suit's just going to jump backwards here, just to get out of line of sight. Now we do have some dangerous terrain checks here to make.
So on this guy...
Oh no, that's the fusion blaster too.
Takes him out.
Oh,
ouch.
That doesn't happen very often.
And the other 2?
Yep.
They're good.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright.
And the Riptide just jumping up where the crisis suits were. And the stealth suits just jumping up onto the building here. We do have some dangerous terrain checks to make though, so the stealth suit with the fusion blaster.
Good.
Okay, good.
And the burst cannons. Ooh.
Oh, 1 burst cannon might go down.
3 up. Good.
And you're fine. Going into the psychic phase, so D6 plus 1, so 4 for you.
Yep.
And I do have 2 combat squatted purifiers in there, so I'm gonna have 5 on top of whatever what you rolled. So he's going to attempt to use the what's this power called?
Warp Blast.
He's going to attempt to use Warp Blast on the Land Raider and actually hope that it scatters onto the Dread Knight because the Dread Knight is currently out of range. So casting this on 46.
I got it with 1.
All right. Well, I might as well try to deny that. I'm going to actually let that go off because I kind of wanted to scatter onto your stealth suits over here. And I think that would just be a lot of fun if that's what ends up happening. So there's the template going down. Where's it scattering to? Oh, it's going to be a direct hit.
So nothing.
So neither of us get what we want here. And this Piranha moving flat out just to take control of the objective there. Let's find out what that is. 2, nothing of note. And this Piranha just staying where he is.
Yep.
The Croods are going to fire into the Dread Knight right there. He's got 3 on the top level I can see, 1 on the second level. So hitting on
6s.
Okay.
The snap firing the sniper rifle.
That's right.
And
That's going to be 1 hit.
And on a 6 it rends, but
Okay.
otherwise a 4 up. Nope.
No wound.
Nothing.
Stealth suit gonna fire into the Land Raider. You're very likely within melter range right there.
Yep.
So what are you hitting on?
Hitting on a 4.
Okay, let's see it. That's gonna hit. 2d6 penetration. That is gonna penetrate.
That.
And as always, I math very poorly. That's actually just a glance because it's only strength 8. For some reason, I was counting it as strength 10. I don't know why.
That's okay.
But you know what? That's still a hull point off the Land Raider, right?
Well, you get a cover save.
Oh.
I can only see 25%.
All right then. Now my 4-up cover save because firing through the battlements and ruin there, and I made the cover save.
Oh, shuck.
And not wanting to risk the overcharging getting hot, I'm not going to fire that hammerhead.
But he will.
But this one with long strike, he's definitely going to fire. So into the Land Raider, hitting on a 2. That is a 2. And does it penetrate needing a 4 to glance? That will glance. And after a discussion of no guts, no glory, he's going to re-roll it and try to get for that penetrating hit.
And I do!
Which you succeeded in getting. And this is an AP 1 hit.
6.
Okay,
Immobilized.
so immobilized. That is no good for the Land Raider because it's now no longer serving the purpose I wanted it to do. Woo. Last bit of firing, we have the conversion beamer from the Inquisitor going into the Dread Knight all the way over here. So the range is long enough that it's going to be the Strength 10 AP 1 small blast, but that will scatter all the way off. Into the assault moves here, these crisis suits just going to move out of the way.
6 inches.
Not bad. And they're just jumping down 1 more level. Another dangerous terrain here.
And the fusion blaster.
Yep.
Good.
All right, and the other 2.
Good.
Golden. And assault move for the stealth suits here. Gonna go 6 inches as well.
Enough to get them back where they came from.
Makes sense to me. And at the end of his turn, he was able to get Hold the Line and Recon and Objective 2, Objective 3, and Objective 5. So he is leading the pack at 5 points right out of the gates.
All right.
At the start of Grey Knight turn 1, I do draw up 6 objectives. So I have Secure Objective 4. I have Destroyed the Demon. There's no demons here. So Ascendancy. Oh, goody. Teleport Attack. Oh, I might get that one. Deeds of Legend. Scour the Skies. No flyers. Kingslayer. And Rites of Exorcism. So with Rites of Exorcism, my opponent, so Logan in this case, gets to choose an objective. If I'm able to take the objective, I get 1 point. If I take it this turn, I get D3 victory points. So name an objective, Logan.
I will name objective number 4.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I pretty much have to get a fantastic deep strike right there.
It's worth a lot of points if you do, though.
It is.
You also have secure objective 4.
That is true. It's worth potentially up to 4 points. I do have some reserve rolls to make, so the Librarian with his Terminators coming on, and the other Terminators will not be. I'm going to be very ballsy here, and I'm going to try and teleport in right there and go after your Warlord, try to get First Blood, and try to get a whole bunch of points here.
Sounds good.
Alright, let's see if this is going to pay off. Direct hit!
Guys, no!
Alright.
No!
So, I do believe my Incinerator is going to go right in the front there. That just seems like a fantastic idea. Because, well, it's an Incinerator and it's just going to give you guys a bad day.
Chew up.
And you'll notice I'm just sort of balancing them on the middle here. They're a little bit closer, but for the purposes of keeping them on there, I'm just trying to...
Fair enough.
Yeah, just trying to balance them on. So that is going to be some dangerous terrain checks, so let's quickly find out here. So the Incinerator is good. The Justicar with the Falchions is fine. The Hammer is also good. The 2 regular Halberders, 1 armor save to make there, we're fine. And the Librarian is golden.
Alright.
So there we go, that one paid off. And over here, the Dread Knight is just going to jump up onto the building. It's going to be a dangerous terrain, but he's definitely within charge range of those crew now. Does he take a wound? Nah, he's fine. The Land Raider will just grind its wheels or its treads and try to go forward and just fail horribly. And over here, we're going to have the Purifiers start piling out. They're going to move 6 inches up here and get as close to that Piranha to hopefully get the assault off on in the assault phase there. Actually, let's put him right there. And the other unit of Purifiers just going to move 6 inches out of the Land Raider there. Basically getting close enough that they can Cleansing Flame these, what do you call them? Stealth suits. I'll get that right eventually. So there they are. Going into the Psychic phase, I have 9 Mastery level on the table to begin with. Rolling a d6. Gonna add 5 more, so I have 14, and you have 6. First thing I want to do is I'm going to try and cast Sanctuary on this unit right here. And so needing 1 success here. No successes at all. Over here I'm going to cast Sanctuary on this Dread Knight as well. I'm going to throw 3 dice at it. He's going to perils, but I got Sanctuary off. Would you like to try and deny?
Yep.
Alright.
Nope.
No denial, but let's see what happens on the perils. 5. Okay, this is a leadership, and if I pass it, nothing happens. If I fail it, he takes a wound, no saves. And he's fine.
Alright.
I'm going to 6 dice Cleansing Flame from this unit, just because I really want to kill this unit right here.
Fair enough.
Good chance of periling on this one, but I need 2 successes. That is 2 successes, but another peril. 2. Okay. So I have to randomly allocate this. So 6 is going to be a reroll, 5 will be the Incinerator, and 4 will be the Hammer there. So 2 is just going to be a regular Halberder die. They also do forget a power, so the options are Banishment, Hammer Hand, and Cleansing Flame. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they have lost Banishment. So in this game, it's inconsequential. But Cleansing Flame does go off, so the only unit within range is this Stealth Squad here. So let's see how many hits are going to be done. It's going to be 5 total. So doing 5 hits, Strength 5, so wounding on 2s, I believe. So that is going to be 4 wounds right there. So you have a couple 3-up saves to make.
Yep, here we go.
Yeah, let's see it.
2 die.
2 are dead. So it's not First Blood, but the
Fusion
closest.
Blaster's gone.
Yep.
And a Burst Cannon.
And maybe even running away. And for giggles, we'll try and do Cleansing Flame over here as well. Hey, watch me perils again. No, it's not going to succeed, but I'm not going to peril either. Rolled in a leadership check over here. He got a little bit ahead of himself, but he rolled a 6, so he's fine.
All right.
And into the shooting phase over here. Now, the way I positioned it, it's only enough to get 4 hits. But 4 hits at strength 6 and AP 4 should be enough over here, especially with how close the Inquisitor is. Wounding on 2s. What is that over there? That is a 5. So that is going to be 4 wounds right there. Would you like to do any lookout sirs?
You know what? Oops, I might as well try and get 3 of the lookout sirs off.
Why not?
It does.
So the Inquisitor is still going to live, which isn't too bad. It means now you get to soak up bolter fire.
Yep.
And a whole bunch of bolter shots hitting on 3s. Not too bad. And this is going to be wounding on 3s. Wait, strength 4. Yep. Wounding on 3s. Oh, that could have been a little bit better, but that's still 4 saves you have to make there.
So I have
going to ground there, so because he's in a battlement, he is going to be granted 3 up saves.
Still does.
Oh, it is not enough. And not only does the Inquisitor go down, but that is the Warlord as well. Going into the shooting phase over here, just going to do the Incinerator into the Piranha right there.
Sounds good.
And he said front armor 11, correct?
Front armor 11.
Needing a 5. Nothing.
And
apparently these drones count as open passengers, so I do D6 hits against them. So for 2 hits.
Tough is 4.
Alright, so wounding on 2s. That's going to be 2 wounds, and what's their armor?
4.
Alright, so they're just going to take the wounds and the drones are dead. So that Piranha will be soul blazed, and before I forget, so will this stealth squad be soul blazed as well. Next up, going to fire the assault cannon into that same Piranha right there. Would you like to jink?
Nah.
Nah? Alright.
Anyway.
Twin linked hitting on 3s. Reroll that. Alright, and this is strength 6, so on 5s with rending.
Yep.
But the rend doesn't matter. So that's going to be 1 glancing hit right there. So because you're in ruins, and are your disruption pods still there?
Yep.
Okay, so it wasn't the drones there. So you're going to have a 5 up cover save. Oh, no, sorry. 3
4
up because you're in ruins.
4 up.
Nope, because you're in ruins plus your disruption pod.
Plus the...
Oh, plus the scatter field there. So actually, I think you might be okay with a 2 up there. So the 2 up is definitely a pass, and that's simply because you have the scatter field there, and enough of you is obscured by the ruins and your disruption pods. So no glancing hit there. And I'm going to opt to not fire with my Dread Knight here, because I actually want to charge in to challenge Onvak. Is that his name?
Angor Proc.
Angor Proc. Okay. I'm going to want to challenge him, because that's going to be worth a good chunk of victory points there. So that's going to end my shooting phase. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to do some running with this squad first, because the Nemesis Strike formation does allow me to shoot and run, or run and shoot. So just to spread out a little bit, because there is a template about, and I don't want to be too easy of a target for the template. Basically, the Librarian's going to stay still, and for the sake of this, everyone's going to only be 1 inch away, so we'll just have to remember that when it comes to being shot at with templates and whatnot. Do have some assaults to declare here, so I will declare an assault with Crow and his small squad of purifiers into your Piranha right there.
Go ahead.
Do you have any Overwatch to do?
No.
All right, let's see if they get in. Oh, that should be fine. So Crow and company, just charging forward. And this Dread Knight's going to charge in. I'm 3 inches away, but thankfully I have moved through cover as a monstrous creature, so as long as I don't roll Snake Eyes, I'm going to be fine there. But
Overwatch.
All right, so you got looks like 6, 7 shots on Overwatch.
Yep, I will be sniper rifle. So.
All right, so hitting on 6s. Nothing, unfortunately.
No.
And the charge.
Nope.
All right, I saw that too, and I got a little worried there. But that is enough to get him into combat.
Stop.
Starting with a Hammer of Wrath at strength 6. That's definitely going to wound.
6 up armor.
All right.
Nope.
Oh, so that will be 1 dead Kroot at the very beginning. And I am going to declare a challenge.
And I will deny it.
Alright, I figured you probably would. 3-inch pile in. Now, because I went through difficult terrain, I will be striking at initiative 1. But that just means more Kroot getting into combat here. So all of them have been drawn onto the building top. So there's going to be 10 Kroot attacks going into my Dread Knight, hitting on 4s, but your special character there gives you rerolls.
Yep.
There's a couple hits right there. And there's going to be 1 more, so not too bad. 8 hits. Wounding on 6s. 2 wounds right there. 2 2-up saves. And I'm fine. Now I'm in one of those situations where I really want to whiff my attacks on this one, but hitting on 3s with a master crafted weapon, the odds are good that I'm going to be killing some stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. The Mastercraft is going to add for 5 hits. So let's roll 5 ones here. That would be just spectacular. No, 2 ones. 2 ones. You're not going to be feeling that badly. So yeah, that's going to reduce your leadership by 3 there. Leadership down to 4. I really want you to pass. No.
I'm running.
Oh, come on, man. Can't you work with me on this one? So your initiative is
4.
4. So do I catch you? Probably no.
Really?
No, because I think I'm only initiative 4 as well. Let me double check that. And the crew managed to get away by 1 inch. So 2d6, how far are they running? 8 inches. So that's going to be enough to take them.
That's all the way down.
It'd be 3 and 3, and then 2 inches from the base of it there. So right about there. And there's those shenanigans right there. I will still get to consolidate 2 inches, and he's just going to basically go down like that, just to benefit from a cover save and his sanctuary invulnerable save and all that sort of stuff. Just make sure he's going to be okay. But that does end my turn, so let's go take a look at the objectives.
Nope, we did not.
Oh, that's right. We have this combat over here. Thank you. Starting with Crow here at his initiative 6, going to be hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits right there, and rear armor 10. So going to be hitting on our glancing on 6s. Nothing from Crow. Now Logan just mentioned crack grenades, and I realized, hey, I do have those, which would have made a lot of sense for Crow there, but I've already done those. But the halberds, I'm still going to stick with their 6 attacks on the charge here, just for good odds. Hitting on 3s.
Oh.
Or I'll just completely whiff right there. Oh. I have 2 crack grenades from the falchion and the incinerator hitting on 3s. Those are both going to hit, thankfully. And on 4s, that's going to be 2 glancing hits right there.
It.
And that is enough to wreck it. And at the end of my turn, we do have a Soul Blaze to find out if it still keeps going here on a 4+. No, so Soul Blaze does go out. At the end of my turn, I did get some objectives here. So I did get Teleport Attack, which is going to be good for 1. I also was able to get Kingslayer, which is good for D3, which is going to give me 3 points right there.
Ouch.
In addition to Warlord and First Blood. Now, out of all of these, I don't know, Deeds of Legend, you're probably just going to keep denying my challenge.
I will deny every challenge.
I'm just going to get rid of that one then, and keep these 3 and drop to 5 on my next turn. So that is the end of the first turn, and both of us had really good first turns in terms of objective points. You're at 5 points. I managed to pull ahead with 6 because of First Blood and Warlord.
Yep.
But we still have a lot more turns to go, so let's go into Tau, turn 2. At the start of Logan's turn, he'll draw up to 5 objectives, so let's see what he gets. We have Objective 2, we have Ascendancy, which I think you have at the moment. Hungry for Glory. Oh, that's the one where you have to issue a challenge for me, and I got rid of mine.
Blood and guts.
And destroy something in close combat. Gonna roll to see if these crew rally right here, and they do. And they're just gonna shift over a little bit there. Going to attempt to Nova Charge the Riptide here.
Good.
And it's good. And your Ethereal is going to declare a power that allows you to do extra shots for your Fire Warriors.
Yep, within half range.
All right, sounds fancy. And just moving the Devilfish forward. Drones detaching, just moving off a little bit. And just disembarking from the side hatch. And here come the Fire Warriors. And the Crisis Suits moving around the corner, looking to redeploy a bit. And the Piranha moving forward. And this other Piranha just going to move over to Objective 5 just so we can secure Ascendancy. And the Hammerhead just moving back a little bit. And this other Hammerhead just going to spin around and get a good shot with his Ion Cannon. Turbo boosting this Piranha in the shooting phase. Just going to be enough to get it up and take that objective right there. And the crew are going to rapid fire into the unit of Purifiers right here with Crow.
So 4s. 1 hit.
1 hit. All right.
On a 4.
Oh, that's right. You got to wound first. Okay. And the closest one is that that guy right there. So 3 up. Oh, yes. I will lose a Purifier. Plasma rifles from these Crisis Suits into Crow's unit of Purifiers there. So hitting on...
That 4s?
4s. 1 hit.
Strength 6.
Yep, so on 2s. And 7 going to wound. Shooting through ruins though, so I do have a 4 up against this. I'm going to lose another Purifier. Ion Cannon's going to overcharge to fire into this unit of Terminators right over here with the Librarian. So it gets hot.
No.
Alright, you're fine. Just going to center it over the librarian, and as we established, even though there might be one or two that look out on the template, they're only an inch away from each other, so there will be hitting all 6 on a successful hit. But it's going to scatter back. And that's going to scatter off and only hit 3. Strength 8 AP2, so wounding on 2s. Alright, I have some cover saves to make here. And I'll lose my incinerator. Smart missile system coming up as well. That's a good chunk of hits.
And wound. 3 to wound.
Okay, so 2 wounds right there, and I got my 2 up armor saves. And we're fine. And now Long Strike can be firing into the unit over here as well. He's got a template as well?
Yep, strength 6 AP4 though.
Oh, okay. No problem. So go ahead and roll for scatter there. And it's going to scatter 2 inches. Still enough to hit, it looks like 4 of them. Yeah, that's definitely 4.
Sorry.
He got a little overzealous, but there's his rolls to wound right there. So I got some armor saves to make against this one because it's only AP4. And we're fine. Now some smart missiles from Long Strike coming up. So it's going to be, that's a dropped one.
So we're good?
Oh no, that one was a dropped one, so that wasn't the twin link roll. So
reroll it. Still hits.
Oh, okay, so 2 hits?
Yeah.
And there is 3 wounds, okay. Oh
yes.
No!
There we go.
So the first one will be the Justicar right there. Next up is the Librarian. Now he does have a Feel No Pain because of the Curse of Sacrifice, which he'll pass. Next up is the Riptide firing into the unit of Terminators over here. Heavy Burst Cannon is Nova charging, so 12 shots.
Hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s.
Yep, his 1s to reroll right there.
Still
2 1s though. Wounding on 2s. Not too shabby. That's 3 rends. So let's
do the.
Which ones do you want me to take first?
Do the armor saves first.
Do the armor saves first? Yeah. Okay. We've got 4 of those to make. And I will lose another Terminator. This is starting to get a little ridiculous.
Rends on the big guy.
So 4 up cover saves. And a Feel No Pain. So the Librarian will take a single wound at this point. And he's got some good tots to roll right here. Oh, and the Riptide. Oh, that's right.
Nope, so he takes.
So the Riptide will take a single wound from that. Now the Fire Warriors unloading into the Terminators. 33 shots because of the invocation of the Ethereal here.
Yep.
So rolling 11 3 times.
Hitting on 4s.
4 so far.
Ooh, bad.
7 total at the moment.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. 15 hits total, so wounding on 3s. Ooh, that's a lot of 1s. Got some 1-up or 2-up saves to make. So naturally, I'm going to lose another one, which just happens to be the Hammer who is closest. And now the 2 drones firing into the same squad right there.
5's twin linked.
Alright, so 3 hits so far. 3 hits. On 3s.
Oop.
Just reroll one of those ones, yeah. That's 2 wounds right there. And I'll make both those saves. These crisis suits just going to stay put in the assault move phase. These drones, though, will move a little bit. 5 inches. Just to get a little bit closer there. So at the end of Logan's turn, he was able to get Assassinate. He was also able to get Objective 2 right there. And Ascendancy. So D3 points. For only 1 point though. And he's going to choose to discard Blood and Guts. At the start of Grey Knight turn 2, I will drop to 5 cards. So I got Objective 2. And I got Recon. So at this point, I will be getting Recon at the end of this turn, simply because they've all been identified. And before we forget, there is a morale check over here that needs to be made. They're fine though. And I still have a unit of Terminators that are due to come on, hopefully. And they do. And once again, I'm going to go with the No Guts, No Glory school of thought here. I'm going to try and deep strike right in behind that Devilfish.
Table.
Going to scatter back 9 inches. So it is going to put them all the way back here. Now, I think I'll be able to wrap the other 4 around there, so let's find out. And thankfully, because it's just a combat squad, one more guy would have caused a mishap, so that one is by the skin of my teeth, but they are on. Over here, going to run this, or move through difficult terrain, sorry, these guys for 5 inches. That's enough to get him down to there, and the Librarian just close behind. Over here, Crow and his Purifiers are just going to start moving towards these Kroot. And this Dread Knight is going to jump forward 12 inches, and he's going to get within 7 inches of these crisis suits right here. We actually just measured it to make sure. So just going to double check to make sure he's in the right spot there. Over here, these Marines are actually just going to daisy chain themselves a little bit. And the whole idea is get a little bit closer to Objective 3 while maintaining Cleansing Flame range. Yes. This one guy here. Moving into the Psychic phase, I have 10 Mastery level plus D6 for a total of 11 this turn.
I get 1.
Alright. Now it's very important that I get Sanctuary off here, so I'm actually going to go throw 4 dice at it. And I'll get it with 1 success.
I will try to deny it with my 1 dice.
Alright, go for it. No. Oh. So the Sanctuary does go off, so I do have the 4-up Invulnerable save now. I got a 2 dice Sanctuary on the Dread Knight here. And that's going to go off. Dangerously close to a Perils again, though. And I'm going to cast Cleansing Flame from this unit right here, because I want to take out this Stealth Suit right there. Needing 2 successes, and I got it. And that's going to be 8 hits against that Stealth Suit. Wounding on 2s. That is a good chunk of wounds, so I just need you to fail 1 of these, and the Stealth Suit is no longer an issue.
There we go.
Yep. And there we go. So the Stealth Suit will be removed. And that'll be all the powers I use, so I'm going to go right into the shooting phase now. This Terminator squad, before they start running, they're just going to fire into the rear armor of the Devilfish there. Would you like to jink?
I will be jinking.
Alright. So I got 4 side cannon shots hitting on 3s. 2 hits from that, needing 3s to glance. That's going to be 1 penetrating hit right there, so you have a 4-up save against this.
3-up. Disruption.
Oh, sorry, 3-up.
Good.
And you're good. And now I have 4 Storm Bolters going into it, so 8 shots total, hitting on 3s. That was absolutely terrible. Needing 6s, nothing. Over here, going to fire the 2 Storm Bolters into the Fire Warrior squad, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. And that's going to be 1 wound right there.
4-up.
Yep.
Dies.
Alright, so a single Fire Warrior, that guy right there, is going to die. Over here, this squad is going to run 3 inches, and they're just sort of going to spread back a little bit just to get on a line of sight of some things, hopefully. Just going to run these guys now that they've done their thing, so 6 inches. And that is enough to really spread them out, just to make any template weapons harder to really hit them. I'm going to take a chance and not shoot with my Dread Knight there, because I want to really get him into combat with those suits over there. So 7-inch charge when I get to that step. Hopefully it doesn't bite me. And the Land Raider's only target is going to be that Piranha with the multi-melta that I mentioned that I purchased, but it broke off the model there. Would you like to jink? I'm not in Melta range.
That is the tough question. Well, you are, so it's a multi-melta, right? So 12 inches.
No, oh, that's right, it is a multi-melta.
So I will jink.
You will jink? Okay. Hitting on a 3. That will hit. And that's definitely going to penetrate.
Alright, 3-up.
3-up save. And you're good. And that's all for my shooting phase. Moving into the assault phase. This one is probably the most important one for me right now, so I'm going to declare the charge from the Dread Knight into your crisis suits right here.
And I'll be overwatching.
Alright, and we've already checked out the distance between vertical and the horizontal. The Riptide is out of the 6-inch range, so no supporting fire from it. First, the Flamer's Wall of Flame. We're going to see 2 hits from that one. And what strength is that?
Strength 4.
Okay, no wounds from that. 4 plasma shots hitting on 6s. Nothing. And 1, oh no, you don't get taught, that's right.
Nope.
Cheaty Tau. And the fusion, twin linked.
Nope.
Nothing from the fusion. Now, this is really important here. 7-inch charge.
Yeah!
Oh! Woo! And I'm going to declare a charge with Crow and his unit of purifiers into the Kroot right there.
Alright.
So you have
4 rapid fire shots.
4 rapid fires, because 2 guys can see.
And nothing.
Nothing. And my assault distance, where were you with the Dread Knight? But that is enough to get into combat there. And over here, I'm going to declare an assault with the Librarian and the Terminator into the unit of Fire Warriors here. So you will have some Overwatch and some supporting Overwatch.
A lot of Overwatch.
I'm going to start with the supporting fire from the drones, hitting on 6s.
Yep, twin linked.
That's 1 hit so far. And 2 hits. So wounded on 3s.
There you go.
And 1 save so far.
Die.
And 2 saves. And now we have 10 shots, rolling 3 times, hitting on 6s. 1 so far. Next batch. Adding 2 more hits. And the last batch. Adding 2 more for a total of 5. Wounded on 3s. That's only 1 wound. And that is a save. And I'm fairly certain that I'll be able to get the assault in here.
Which, are you going to do double charge? Or?
No, I thought about it, but that's going to make the charge way too long to try and get into, and I lose too many attacks. So, and there we go. Where were you on the Dread Knight? So he'll get in, and he'll wrap around and get in as well. At the start of this combat over here, I am going to issue a challenge.
I'll deny it.
All right. All right, so I have 6 attacks on the charge to make here, hitting on 3s. So I'll whiff 2 of them right there. Wounding on 2s.
Yep.
And that's going to be 4 dead Tau right there. And we're going to have a bunch of attacks back now. 6 attacks back, hitting on 4s. So 2 hits, wounding on 5s.
Oh.
2 wounds. All right, let's see what I do here.
Oh.
And I make them both. Lose combat, but you are stubborn, so on a 10. And you're fine. And you know what? That's actually perfect for me because now they're not going to get shot to death on your turn. And over here, Crow is going to issue a challenge.
I'll deny it.
All right. And the Purifiers are just going to pile in 3. Oh, not him yet. He's a little bit too far away. Or too slow, rather, with the hammer. So they'll just pile in like so. 4 attacks with Crow. Hitting on 3s. And that's going to be 1 wound right there. 6 up save.
Nope.
Nope. So 1 will go down. Next up, I'm going to roll my halberd attacks. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That's going to be 1 more dead Kroot right there.
Yep.
And then I'll have my 4 falchion attacks. All 4 hitting. And that's going to be
3 more Kroot.
3 more Kroot because there's a 6 right there.
So I'll look out, sir, after 2.
Oh, because we're into your special character there.
So it goes off.
And another Kroot there. And now the Kroot will pile in 3 inches. 2 attacks back with the Kroot, re-rolling though. No hits. But that's going to add 1 hit right there, so wounding on a 5.
1 wound.
Alright, 3 up save. That's cocked. And I'll make the save. And lastly, my hammer will pile in 3 inches. Going to get 3 attacks hitting on 3s. That's going to be 3 hits right there, wounding on 2s. So naturally I roll Snake Eyes. So there's going to be 1 lookout, sir, unless you want to lose him.
Oh, 2 up. Yep.
Alright, so he'll just paste another Kroot back there. 5 casualties, needing a 4 to stay in combat. And they're golden, which again actually kind of works out for me. Because they're now stuck in combat and not being shot at next turn. At the end of my turn, the only objective I got was Recon, which is going to give me another point, putting me up to 7 total. And I think at this point I'm going to get rid of... Rites of Exorcism. Actually, scratch that. I'm going to get rid of Objective 2, because Rites of Exorcism is actually Objective 4 there. So I'm fighting over that one still.
Beginning of my turn.
Yep, moving into Tau, turn 3. Nova charging on the Riptide. And
Goes
you're
off.
good. And over here, the Ethereal is going to do a 6 up Feel No Pain bubble. And actually, as you said that, I just remembered the Curse of Sacrifice gives me It Will Not Die. So I'm going to quickly roll that as well. Will he die? Well, he's not quite hating it, but he's not getting a wound back. And before we forget, 4 objectives need to be pulled. So we have Witch Hunter. You might be able to get that just by shooting stuff off the table. No prisoners, just got to completely destroy a unit.
And no demolitions.
Yeah, get rid of demolitions and just draw a new one. Objective 4. Devilfish just going to move slightly, just to angle around a bit. Over here, drones detaching from the Piranha and moving forward.
1.
And before we forget, we got to see if this explodes. Hey, it explodes! So it's going to be D6 strength 4 hits on the rear armor for 1 hit. Oh, come on, glance it. Yes! It glanced on the sabotage! Now he does actually get a jink from this, which is unfortunate.
3 up. Yep.
And this Piranha is just going to keep moving around. Stealth suit's just going to reposition, but staying in range of all their scary firepower at my Dread Knight.
Crisis suits.
Sorry, crisis suits, not stealth suits. And this Hammerhead just moving away from the objective there. Oh, I see what you did.
Yeah.
And the Hammerhead just moving back a little bit. And the Riptide likes where he's living right now.
Oh, it doesn't matter, right?
And this one over here, just staying
I'll just detach drones.
Sounds good. Into the shooting phase, these drones are going to fire into the Purifiers, hitting on 5s, re-rolling. That's 1 hit so far. Oh, for 4 hits, wounding on 3s. All right. Let's see if I can make all the saves. No, I will lose 2 of my purifiers here. And snap shooting the fusion gun into the Land Raider, but nothing happens. Drones and the Piranha all gonna fire into that Dread Knight right there. So starting with the drones, hitting on 5s.
Here we go.
Reroll those 3s though.
Like last time, please.
Yes.
Almost.
Okay. So on 5s.
No.
Nothing from the drone. Now the Fusion Blaster hitting on a 4.
Nope.
Nope, that's gonna miss. Next up, these Crisis Suits into the Dread Knight. So the 4 plasma shots hitting on 4s. Alright, that bodes well for me. 3s. Alright, only 1! And I did get Sanctuary off. But I'll still take a wound. Now the Fusion Blaster hitting on a 4. I won't. Oh, yeah, that's right. Always get my hopes up.
Hits.
Wounding on 2.
That's a 4.
It's definitely going to wound. 4 up invulnerable. Which I made. Snap firing the burst cannon into these Terminators right here. Hitting on 6s.
Nothing.
No. And charging up the ion cannon. Does it get hot?
Nope.
No. Just going to center it over the side cannon right there. And it's going to scatter backwards. That is enough to still get 2 guys though. On 2s. Or 1 wound. I got a 5 up invulnerable save. No, so I will lose this 1 Terminator there. Now the smart missile system. Twin linked, so 4 shots right there. Wounding on 3s.
There you go.
Not too bad. Got a bunch of 2-up saves to make here. And we're golden. And Longshot is tired of these Terminator shenanigans, and he's just going to wipe one of these Terminators off the face of the earth.
Hitting on a 2.
Yep.
No!
Oh!
Come on, Long
And he's not twin linked?
Nope.
Oh, that is amazing. These Terminators just want to live. That's all. Smart missile system. Reroll that 1.
There we go.
Okay, so there we go. 4 hits. That's going to be 3 wounds right there. Let's see if I can make some more saves. And I'm good. And the Riptide going to fire into the Dread Knight. And he's going to Nova charge his heavy burst cannon into the Dread Knight for 12 shots. Gets hot. Scratch that. He's actually going to ripple fire the plasma gun. Plasma gun, 4 shots, twin linked. Good thing it's twin linked there. So that's going to be 3 hits. 4 is the wound. Only 1 wound. I do have a save against this. And I made it. Just the regular burst heavy burst cannon, strength 6, AP4.
Rerolling 1s.
Good thing you're re-rolling those 1s. Oh, he still saw a couple though. Wounding on 4s.
There we go.
Alright, 3 wounds right there.
Die!
Oh, gonna take 1 more wound and he's gonna drop to 2. Into the assault move, the Crisis Suits, 7 inches. They're just gonna keep backing away from that Dread Knight. I don't blame them. And the Riptide's finally gonna reposition as well. 7 inches. And he's just gonna jump backwards a little bit. Going into combats here, do you want to issue any challenges in this squad here?
Not sure about that one, but I will issue over here.
Gonna issue over here. Well, Crow has to accept because he is a Brotherhood champion.
Sounds good.
And no challenges being issued by the Ethereal. I will, however, issue a challenge over here.
Deny it.
Alright, so let's get into the combats then. Over here, starting with this combat, Crow at initiative 6, gonna go into
Anger proc.
Anger proc. Okay. And it's gonna be 3 hits right there.
Yep.
What's your toughness?
3.
So wounded on 3s. That's 3 6-up saves you have to make there. Just reroll 1 of those. There we go.
Nope.
And that is 3 wounds. And that is enough to kill him outright. Next up will be my Halberd, 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's going to be 2 hits, wounding on 2s. That's going to be 1 more dead Kroot right there.
Alright.
3 attacks from the Falchions again on 3s. 1 hit, wounding on a 3. That's going to be 1 more dead Kroot there. And now you're going to get your attack back.
That hits.
So, hitting on 4, so that's definitely going to hit right there. Wounding on a 5. No wound. And lastly, I have my hammer going to strike at 3. Going to hit once, wound on a 2. And there we go. The last Kroot has been destroyed. And they will consolidate D6 inches, 2 inches. They're just going to start moving towards this other objective here because I still am sitting on Ascendancy. Moving over here, my Terminators will be striking first at initiative 4, hitting on 3s. Not too shabby. Wounding on 2s. And that's going to be 3 dead Fire Warriors. 3 attacks back from the Fire Warriors.
We also forgot I have 6-up Feel No Pain for those 3 guys.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, we have some Feel No Pains on those Fire Warriors.
Oh, one comes back.
Alright, so only 2 Fire Warriors die. So 4 attacks back, going to be hitting on 4s here. So 2 hits, wounding on 5s. 1 wound. And I made the save. You lost, but you are stubborn, so on 10s, you're fine. And before we forget, just going to jump the drones as well. 11 inches. And they're just going to jump over there, in his words, just to be annoying. These drones over here are going to jump a little bit as well.
Oh.
2 inches. They're not going anywhere. And these drones over here, 9 inches. Again, just repositioning a little bit. At the end of Logan's turn, he did get objective 4, as well as Hungry for Glory. So that's going to be 2 more points for him. And he's going to choose to discard no prisoners. Actually, he just realized it's destroy a unit at any point in the turn, so he's actually going to keep it. And these Purifiers just going to move pretty much within an inch. And hopefully look into multi-assault in my turn to get rid of both those units. And this Dread Knight, as much as I want to take out the Riptide, he's going to jump all the way over here and basically get within an inch or 2 inches over here. So as long as I don't whiff another charge, I'll be getting into combat and hopefully smushing these guys.
Sounds good.
And these Purifiers moving up 6 inches. I just want to get them close enough to take that objective there. And I have to go after objective 4 here, so gonna move around there, staying 1 inch away, and just get 1 inch closer there. And these guys just sort of shifting around in order to get as close as I can to that Devilfish. Moving into the Psychic phase, D6 plus 10, so I'm looking at 16 warp charges. Gonna start with Sanctuary over here.
Sounds good.
And I'm gonna get it with 1 success right there. Would you like to try and deny it?
You can keep it.
Alright. Moving over here, I'm gonna Cleansing Flame, needing 2 successes. That's gonna perils, but well, let's find out what happens. 2. Okay. So one of these guys is randomly gonna take a wound. So 5, 6 will be a reroll. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. So I lose the hammer. And as far as powers go, I got Banishment, Hammer Hand, and Cleansing Flame. Let's see which one I forget. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm gonna lose Cleansing Flame after this. Now it was the Purifiers casting it, so they're within range, and the Riptide. So I'm looking for boxcars here.
Look for Snake Eyes.
I'll take 7.
And we get the...
Starting against the Piranha, needing 6s here.
I will jink.
Not targeting the Piranha, so you can't jink.
Okay, fair enough.
So needing 6s. Nothing against the Piranha.
Yep.
Against the drones, wounding on 3s, I believe. Your toughness 5, aren't you?
Toughness 4.
Toughness 4. All right, so on 3s. That's going to be
4 dead drones.
yeah, 2 dead drones right there. And against the Riptide, needing 5s to wound. That's going to be 1 wound right there, but you do have your armor save against this.
2 up. Good.
And you're fine. And over here, going to use the Torrent Incinerator, and just going to be able to hit 3 of your Crisis Suits right there. And this is Strength 6, AP 4. What's your toughness? 4. So on 2s. That is going to be 3 wounds right there. So you have 3 3-up saves to make.
Here we go.
Oh!
You fail.
And the closest one is this fella right here.
Yes, sir.
And firing the heavy side cannon 6 times, needing 3s to hit. 5 hits. On 7s, rending. Or sorry, on 7s, jeez. On 2s, rending. No rending and only 2 wounds there.
Alright.
So what can you do? Oh, another one goes down. Ironically, that makes my charge distance longer. But it is what it is. And over here, this Land Raider finally feels like he can do something. Gonna fire the Hurricane Bolters into the drones and hopefully just absolutely murderize them. Hitting on 3s. Twin linked. 6 hits right there.
Toughness 4.
Wounded on 4s. Okay, so you do have some saves.
4 up.
And the drones are removed. Over here, these guys are going to run 4 inches. That's enough to get them into the objective here. And hopefully hold that for a couple turns. And over here, going to fire into the side armor of their Devilfish with a side cannon.
Okay.
All right, what's the side armor?
12. Or sorry, 11.
11?
And I'll be jinking.
All right, so the side cannon hitting on 3s. It's going to be 3 hits right there. And this is going to be on 4s.
Yep.
1 pen, 1 glance. Glance first on a 3. Okay, and the pen. And you're good. And I might as well throw a crack grenade at it this time. So on a 3, and that's going to miss. I'm going to throw a crack grenade at this Piranha right here. Would you like to jink?
Nah.
Nah, okay. On a 3, that's going to hit. And on a 5, nothing. Into the assault phase. Going to start over here. And yeah, assault the Piranha right there. Can he overwatch?
Nope.
Alright, so I'm looking for a good one because I want to get him as far over as I can. 4 inches. That's not the definition of a good overwatch, that's for sure. Because that does not get him close enough. Over here, need a decent charge on this one. Because it's -2, whatever. Oh yeah, that's right. You get that too, don't you?
Here we go.
Fusion Blaster, Twin Linked. No, okay. Alright, Dreadnought, don't let me down.
Nope.
I think we're okay there. So even with the Grav Wave Generator, he's still getting close enough to get the charge in.
Sounds good.
And over here, I'm going to declare a multi-assault. So charging into the Devilfish as my primary right there, and hopefully drones as collateral.
Sounds
so you
good.
have some overwatch from the drones. Nothing so far. And there's 2 hits right there, so on 3s.
So
One wound.
Nope.
And I'm fine. Hey, going into the charge, and 9 inches. That's enough to make that right there. He'll sneak in behind there. And there's no way to get him into base there, so these guys charge into the drones. So let's get the Warlords out of the way, or my Warlord out of the way. I'm going to declare a challenge again.
I will deny it again.
Alright, so 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Okay, so that's going to be 3 hits right there. And that's going to be 3 Fire Warriors going down, unless you can pass your Feel No Pains.
Nope.
Oh, alright, so that time it will be 3 of them. And it looks like we're going to be stuck in combat for another turn. 1 attack back, hitting on a 4. That's hit. On a 5. Nothing. So once again, we are very likely going to be stuck in combat. Do you run away? Nope. So this fight continues. Over here, I'm going to allocate 6 attacks from the Halberds into the Devilfish there, and then these guys have to attack the drones. So let's get the Halberds into the Devilfish out of the way. Hitting on 3s against the rear armor.
Yep.
That's going to be 4 hits right there, and needing 5s.
5 glance.
That's going to be 1 glance against the Devilfish. And the drones are initiative 4, so the Halberd and the drones will be striking at the same time. On 3s for the Halberd, 2 hits. And 2 wounds, so that's going to be 2 dead drones right there.
But get 2 attack back.
Yep.
Nothing.
Nothing from the drones. So they just die. And that combat is, well, pretty much that. Now, because I'm not locked in combat with the vehicle there, and I won a combat right there, I do get to consolidate 2 inches. And you know what? That's,
You do have to stay an inch away from my tank, though.
that is true. That is true. So he'll consolidate back there, like so, like that. And that's just going to make it a little bit harder for you to get a lot of shots on my Terminators.
All right.
Over here, 2 attacks from the Crisis Suit into the Dread Knight. Hitting on 4s, only 1 hit.
Strength 5.
Okay, wounding on 5s.
No.
No wounds. I have 5 attacks back, Mastercrafted with the Greatsword. Mastercrafted, hitting on 3s. 4 hits, and as long as I see 1, 2 here, yeah, there we go. He goes down, and I consolidate 2 inches, but you know what? He's happy exactly where he is. And over here, starting with Crow, he's going to just throw a grenade at it. That's going to hit on a 4. That is going to be a penetrating hit.
Yep.
And that is going to be, I believe, a weapon destroyed.
So Fusion Blaster.
So the Fusion Blaster is gone. Next up is going to be the Halberds, hitting on 3s. 1 Halberd hits. Wounding, and this is going to be a 5.
Yep.
I should have used the crack grenade again. Why did I do that? Nothing from that. And 1 last crack grenade. Hits. And glance.
So it is destroyed.
So it is done. But no consolidate over here because that was just a vehicle. And I just realized I forgot to draw my objective at the start of this turn, which is going to give me Big Game Hunter, which I got a vehicle. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was able to get Big Game Hunter for 1 point there. I was also able to get Ascendancy for a potential 3.
Low. Okay.
So there's another 2 points for Ascendancy right there. And I think that actually puts me back ahead of the game now. And going into turn 4, we're actually at a tie game at this point.
Harness the Warp.
Yeah,
and
get rid of that.
I could have done it.
Oh,
I
you
did
could.
have
Oh,
Psychers.
that's right. You could have done
I can't
that.
get rid of that.
All right. So you're looking at Witch Hunter, no prisoners for this turn.
Yep.
And the Devilfish just going to keep bouncing around a little bit, staying in possession of that objective.
Uh-oh.
And this Piranha just going to reposition a little bit. Actually, I mentioned Melt-A-Gun, and he decided to move a little bit after reminding me I actually neglected to fire with my Melt-A-Gun in my phase. So, no jinking this turn, it seems. And this Hammerhead, repositioning just a little bit. And this Hammerhead, moving up. It's almost like he wants to kill my Dread Knight.
I do.
You do? And the ethereal is going to invoke the power of Feel No Pain. Really,
Yep.
it's just them like sort of numbing themselves with ice cubes so they don't feel it until later.
Exactly.
And overcharging on the Riptide.
Good.
And you're good. You've rolled that 3 every single time so far. And the Riptide is going to finally reposition out of the building and jump down. And with that, we go into the shooting phase. So starting with the long strike, I'm going to hazard a guess. Dread Knight?
Yep.
All right, and you're going to hit him with the big rail cannon, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Hitting on a 2.
There we
That's
go.
going to hit. Wounding on 2. Oh, no. Oh, that is unfortunate, man.
And
the smart missiles, 3 hits so far. And 4 hits total. Wounding on 5s, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, strength 5. That's going to be 1 wound there. And I'll make the save. Riptide going to ripple fire the plasma guns into the Dread Knight here. 4 shots, re-rolling. Hitting on 4s. Good thing you have that re-roll. And there we go. 4 hits.
go.
Needing 4s to wound. Only 2 wounds. This could be enough. Or 4 up cover. Either way.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yes! Oh!
And the Riptide goes down just enough to take him out, giving Logan a lot of breathing room right now. And this Hammerhead is going to overcharge, firing a template into this unit of Purifiers right here.
Oops, gets hot. Oh!
Oh, that is unfortunate. It is getting hot.
On a 3, I take a hull point. Or sorry, 1 to 3.
Okay.
No hull point.
Thankfully, though, he still does have his smart missiles, so 4 shots.
Hitting on 3s, twin links.
Yeah, reroll those ones.
There we go.
All right, wounding on 3s. Not too shabby. Let's see if I can save these. And I'm golden.
Man.
And this Piranha is going to fire into the
Thing.
Land Raider. That's it. Now, thankfully, you move 12 inches away, so you're not within melter range either. Scratch that. You just moved down to 12 of my actual multi-melta, so you are within melter range.
So 3, 4 to hit. Miss.
No, that will miss, though. And the Jinking Devilfish into the Terminators here. One hit. And
1 wound.
that will be a wound. 2 up armor save. And I'm fine. And into the assault phase. Gonna assault move with him. 4 inches. And it's
A
enough to
little
get
bit
him.
over here.
Yeah, just reposition a little bit. And over here, I'm gonna issue a challenge one last time.
All denied.
Alright, so I have my 4 attacks hitting on 3s. 3 hits right there. Now, as long as I don't roll Snake Eyes, both of them are going to be dead, I think. Oh, well, no, your Ethereal probably has multiple
3
wounds.
wounds.
Yeah. So that is going to be 3 wounds right there.
Feel no pains.
Yep. So I'm going to do these one at a time now. So the first Feel No Pain. So the Fire Warrior is dead, and now the Ethereal is going to drop down to 1 wound remaining. And that does end turn 4 for the Tau. So let's take a look at the objectives. So he was able to get both No Prisoners and Witch Hunter, putting him at 12 points. So once again, I am behind.
I'm throwing out Warp because
Makes sense to me.
obvious reason.
At the start of my turn, I'm going to draw 1 objective here. No Prisoners. I think I'm going to be able to get this one.
Oh no.
Over here, got to start working towards that objective. So that puts me into contesting range if I can take out your transport. But it's also going to put me into charge range. Over here, these Purifiers are just going to move off to the side here, getting out of line of sight of that Riptide, and just force him to come over here if he wants to shoot at him. And these guys are just going to get up and hug the cover right here just to make sure that they can get some cover saves. And I just realized we forgot the explosion here. I think we might have forgotten in another turn as well.
I think so too.
But does it go off? No. That is my movement, so going into the Psychic phase, I'm down a Dread Knight, so I'm now only +9. So, that's going to be 11 warp charges. Over here, I'm going to throw 4 dice at Sanctuary. And it's going to go off with 1.
We'll try to deny that.
Alright.
Nope.
Nope, it goes through. And I'm going to do Hammer Hand over here. And it goes off with 1, so we are golden there. Moving into the shooting phase, I'm going to start by shooting into the Devilfish with the Psy Cannon there. So he's jinking, hitting on 3s. 3 hits. And front armor 12, correct? Yeah, so 5s, nothing. And we're going to try Grenade, hitting on 3, and needing a 6. Oh, hey, look at that. So glance, or jinking on a 3, and that's fine. Just going to do some running over here. 1 inch. That's enough just to get a little bit more protection there. Going to fire the multi-melta into your Piranha over here.
I will jink.
Okay, hitting on a 3. That's going to miss. And that's going to put us into the assault phase. So I just want to charge in here. And hey, look at that. They're in, even with a 3.
Barely.
Barely in. If that was anything, if that was the grav wave generator, that would have just...
ruined your day.
I would have been so sad at that point. Like, just terribly sad. But I'm finally in.
Alright,
and you know what? I declare a challenge.
I have to accept
That's right. This is completely redundant and not necessary at all, but darn it, I am going to kill that ethereal. So, 4 attacks total, 3 hits.
Wait. Ethereal might have higher weapon skill.
And the ethereal is actually weapon skill 4, so that's only 1 hit.
Yeah.
But you know what? All I need is
All you need is 1 wound?
I just need a 2. And he's dead! Because he took 2 wounds last time.
Alright, no feel of pain?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Here we go.
You feel no pain.
Nope.
Alright.
You got him.
I have finally taken that ethereal out. Yeah, that's right, you lie there. You lie there in your deadness. And that will be a consolidate of... Why do I keep rolling once for consolidate? But that's the end of that combat. And into this devilfish here, I'm going to go with the 9 attacks from the halberds, hitting on 3s. So of course I'm going to roll an absolute ton of terrible rolls. Yeah, no kidding at that point. Needing 5s to glance. But you know what? That's the 2 glances, which means it's not going to explode on me either, which is good.
Rex.
And I have that objective.
Finally.
I have been fighting for that objective for so many turns.
Since turn 1.
Since turn 1, and I have finally gotten it. So this is a victory for me, no matter what your points say now. So at the end of my turn, I was able to get 1 point for Rites of Exorcism, 1 point for Objective 4, and 1 point for No Prisoners, which I think puts me ahead by 1 at this point. Going into turn 5, Logan will draw 2 cards, Behind Enemy Lines, and Domination.
Nope,
Ooh,
not getting that
one. So going into the movement phase, where would you like to start?
I'm gonna just zoom my little bug here, just over to here, in case this thing
Makes
decides
sense.
to explode again.
That sounds good.
And I'll stay up.
And I almost forgot, it will not die on my librarian. Nah, he's still feeling it. And we have to roll to see if this explodes. No.
Nope.
And this hammerhead just gonna move up a little bit, eyeballing my librarian, I think. Oh yeah, you're definitely eyeballing him. And Hammerhead's just gonna turn around, and I think he's probably eyeballing these Terminators over here. Riptide will Nova Charge.
It's good.
And you're fine. And the Riptide's just gonna shuffle over a little bit, eyeballing that librarian as well.
Not what I wanted to do, but
it's something, right?
it's something.
Starting with the shooting, the Piranha jinking.
Nope.
Shoot. Okay, so nothing into the Land Raider there. Long Strike's just gonna fire his rail cannon and try and pop one of these Terminators. That's definitely gonna hit. Don't roll your 1 this time.
There we go.
Okay, so I have a 5-up invulnerable save. No.
There we go.
So that Terminator will be popped. Now the smart missile's going into him, hitting on 2s. Alright, wounding on 3s. That's going to be 2 wounds. Alright, let's see the saves. And we're good. Overcharging the main gun right there.
Oh, yes.
And he'll be firing his big cannon onto the librarian. And that's going to scatter way off. Let's just find out for sure. He's ballistic skill 4, right?
Yep.
Okay. So it's going to be scattering 5 inches from the librarian, right?
Yep.
So that's just move it a little bit closer. And over to there. Yeah. So it completely misses. Next up is the smart missiles hitting on 3s.
Whoa.
Whoa. Wow. Okay then. Wounding on 3s. All right. Bunch of saves to make here. Actually, I gotta do these. Oh well, no, they're 2-up saves regardless. Feel no pain for the librarian. Okay, so the librarian drops down to 1 wound remaining. And the Riptide is going to overcharge his burst cannon to fire into the librarian. So that's going to be 12 shots, but they're going to get hot, but they're also rending.
Here we go.
Hitting on 4s.
Rerolling 1s.
Yeah, because of the Earthcast stuff.
Crap.
Oh, there's 2 gets hot. Just quickly roll those out of the way now.
Okay. 2 up.
Okay, you're fine there though. Wounding on 2s.
There's a rend.
So there's a single rend right there and a whole bunch of saves. Now let's leave this suspenseful one for last there.
Okay.
I'm good there. 4-up save. Yes, the librarian lives.
No.
He just turns around and he rubs his thumb at you over his nose. There's a good old Shakespearean insult for you. And he continues to defy the Tau. Missed a couple saves there. No, he is fine. I was kind of worried about that one for a second, but he is still fine, even though I missed a couple rolls. And at the end of the turn, because there's no assaults and that's all the shooting, you have to do a leadership over here. And you know what? Even if that was cocked, but even if I re-roll it, it's still going to be an 8, and he's still fine. And just going to do a jetpack or assault move, 4 inches, just moving forward a bit. And at the end of your turn, you were able to get behind enemy lines, and you're going to toss domination. Going into my turn 5, I draw 2 cards. No witnesses. And Witch Hunter. Oh, I could have actually gotten that one. Darn. And for my turn, I'm going to play what I like to call the hiding game, where these guys are just going to sort of move around and hide a little bit just to sort of keep me on the table. And over here, they're going to just do the same thing, just to make them work for killing the rest of these guys here. Into the psychic phase, I'm going to have 4 plus 9 for 13. And the only thing I'm going to throw this at is Sanctuary.
Kill yourself.
And it's not going to go off.
Okay.
And with that, I'm going to end my turn, because there's nothing to assault and nothing I can shoot at that can actually hurt. Yeah. Oh, actually, no, I can fire the side cannon into long strike there. So let's just try that. 4 shots, hitting on 3s. Are you jinking?
Nope.
Okay, 2 hits, and your front armor 13, correct? Needing 6s? Nothing. And with that, I will end my turn.
All right.
Which does give me no witnesses, because you have no independent characters remaining, and I'm just going to discard Witch Hunter. So that is the end of turn 5. So we have to roll to see if this game continues. On a 3+ it does, and Logan's going to have another chance to go for Warlord and a couple objectives.
Chance.
So go ahead, sir, do the honors.
No!
Oh, and that will be the game. The anguish across the table. But you know what? It was a very good game. There was a couple moments. Yeah, there was a couple moments I wasn't sure. So let's get the handshake in there. The nice awkward left-handed handshake. So hopefully all you guys enjoyed this. We are going to be doing a post game. That's always in the vault. So go ahead and check out that link. If you're already a vault member, it's going to take you right there. If you're not, still click the link. You're going to be able to access the free trial, 7 days. Access to all the great content we have. So that's campaigns, tutorials, quick tips, as well as some lore stuff or rules discussions. So lots of great content. We'd love to see you stick around. So definitely check that out. And as always, happy wargaming.